Alright folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash, it's Hero of Aethric, and this is the Mage Getting Started Guide. We are starting out in Aethric level 1 Mage with updated movement speed, by the way. And yeah, we are starting out with our staff and our dingy robe. And the plan in this video is to kind of create a pathway that's easily be followable for you guys to get started in Aethric, heading towards around level 100. That is the plan today. So we're going to get started. We've got a few bonus orns from the bonus code. Orns, all capital letters. Make sure you put that into your new character. If you're making a new character, it was working very recently. So first things first, we're going to start our main story questline by finding Samson in the town of Loten, which is the first little village just south of our origin town, and we start the Rise of the Unfelled questline to kill some rats. We're also going to check out the town hall and start all of these quests as well. This will give us a nice few quests to get started. Achievements, these will work towards our quest achievement, which is a great way to get orns quickly and try and stay on top of our... Oh, there's a green crystal there. That gives you 25 magic. That could be a shout to come back and collect once we reach tier 3. But yeah, quests are pretty big early on. So again, another NPC. We'll start that when we can. So I'm going to pop a torch, which increases monster spawns. And okay, yeah, there's a Goblin Lord down there. But yeah, the first place we're going to do, yeah, kill 5 rats. Bolt does 12 damage off the bat, and our attack does 5 damage. Okay, I'm actually going to put on faster animation. So the top right, the scroll, options, faster animations. Really great addition to the game. So yeah, I'm going to head just northeast of Loten, and our first goal is actually, while we're killing rats, is to find fallen mages. There's one right there. And we're going to hope to get the weapon drop from the fallen mage. That will really kickstart our first few levels. Indeed, level 2 mage. Now, the main difference between mages and melee builds early on is obviously mages use way more mana compared to melee characters. They can literally hit the attack button for free, on and on and on. So that is one immediate kind of inefficiency, if you like, where we will lose turns to mana pots. But nevertheless, that is the price we pay for dealing with the unstable arts that we can find in Aethric. So we're going to pray for a fallen mage staff here. We didn't get it. Damn. Okay, let's put some shoes on anyway. Okay, we get an iron ring as well for some defense. I think that ring came from a login reward. So, okay. Let's continue. Got some rats to kill. 1 HP. Yeah, you level up. So, leveling up fast as well helps us reclaim our mana back quickly. So, kill this Goblin Mage. Trying for some gear. Okay, we get the hood. So, and simple robe. Okay, we're good. Okay, we've got a kind of full set of gear there. That's gonna just give us a little bit of nice survivability early on, so we don't need to worry too much about dying and using health potions. We can just concentrate fully on mana potions. Okay, so there's a barbarian there. That's a Loten Town Hall quest. I'm going to move on. There's not many fallen mages here, so I'm going to continue up and round into the Great Plains, focusing on trying to find fallen mages and rats. Go, boom. This is our 5th and final rat we need. And there's some stone there on the ground, very useful. Unfortunately, no fallen mages around here. Gonna kill a few more mobs, and then I'm gonna check the shop in Vinland as well. We'll check this for an upgrade. Bandit's Hood, lots of resistance there, and we'll get some more from the cloak as well. Really nice, taking one bandit down. And we get the level up from completing that quest. So I am going to stick on some of these earthen skills. Yeah, that's fine for now. We can't pick a faction until level 10, so once we reach level 10, we'll get a small 25% attack bonus by dealing damage of our faction. Okay, so you may as well check the inn, Rose's Rest. No jobs available. So there's a new thing there, hold for information. That will tell you where NPCs are, but we're going to save our gold for picking up a pet, and if there's any weapons available as well in the store. Okay, Mithril, we're going to buy that. A staff. Okay, look, I'm going to buy one staff so we can dual wield that at some point. I think level 10. And at this point, we can't really take down Draconian Lord for sure. Tier 2 bosses, we're just going to get destroyed. So we're going to head back down to Loten, complete the quest, and start on the Goblin quest. Here we go. Starting, I think is... Oh no, we need to build a shop first of all. Okay, shit, right. To the Origin Town then. Always killing stuff on the way. Kaboom. And we'll need hide for later when we have to build a blacksmith. Sorry, a bestiary. Ooh, leather shield, leather boots. Right. Speak to this guy. We get a free shop. Very nice indeed. Gandalf has built his shop. And then blacksmith. Okay, we get a mana bow. Let's see if we can actually equip this. And we can, there we go. So we get a 13 boost to magic, which is not too bad at all. I'm actually going to buy a second one. So we can dual wield that in a few levels time. So actually the quest was to build a shop, which we have done indeed. Blacksmith and bestiary come later when we need more stone. There we go, get the decor token. And heading back to Loten. Oh, there's a daily quest. Make sure you smash those out. Oh, and look at that, we're doing double damage, at least. Picking up those a mana bow there. So that's a great little pickup early on. Back to speaking to Samson. And now we got to kill too many goblins. And yeah, the goblins spawn around this area, the same area. Northeast of Loten. So got to kill 5 goblin mages, 5 normal goblins. And level 5, we're halfway to reaching level 10 where we can pick our first faction. So I'm just going to kill all these goblins around. We've also got a Goblin Lord ready for the Goblin Lord quest as well. Hopefully we'll be able to take that down as well. And as well, hopefully we'll try and get Fallen Mage staff at some point as well. Just kill this little wisp, which is a nighttime mob. Drop the wisp staff. I'm not 100% sure how much magic you go. Okay, 22 magic and a little bit of HP. Very nice indeed. That is a nice little upgrade actually. So yeah, nighttime mob. There's another one there. We see if we can go for a quality weapon. So there's these little guys. And doing bolt is elementless damage, so it will never ever be resisted. And okay, it's not a guaranteed drop, but it's a common mob, much more common than I think the fallen mobs. So keep your eye out for those. Boom, level 6. Found some more stone here, these clickable items. Make sure you're walking around and clicking all of those up. Wood, stone, all very useful for building stuff later on, which you will need to do to continue the story quest. Here's a fallen mage. Let's pray we get a staff. It's going to do pretty much double our magic stat if we get one. We got it. Fallen Mage's staff and a famed simple hood as well. So the Wisp Staff, it was good for about 10 minutes. Maybe not even that. But look at this, Fallen Mage's Staff. It's a tier 2, no, it's a tier 2 weapon, but it drops from a tier 1 mob. So there we go, we're going to more than double our magic stat, which is going to be absolutely awesome. We're rocking the Bandit hood and cloak. And yeah, we now should be in quite a nice position to one-shot some mobs and really steamroll our progression through tier 1. I just got a couple more goblin mages to kill. I'm going to start heading my way back towards Lowton. Remember, you can kind of fast walk there or from the map. Well, not fast walk, but at least auto walk. And yeah, click the clickables because they do reset in the area once you use them. Can change around. Again, we're not really strong enough to take down these tier 2 bosses yet. Some more stone, absolutely epic. Quite a few skeletons around. Oh, I misclicked. Fuck's sake. Oh, that's the problem. This trap. But look at this damage. 60 damage. We're not even level 10 yet. Really, really nice. No, we don't want to kill the prince. Whoa, check this out. We just hit a mimic box clickable. And we've got a mimic mod as a surprise. So this is where Bolt comes in. Really useful. Cannot be resisted. And let's see what we get here. Monster Tomb. Amulet, Iron Shield. So if we were an attack-based character right now, picking up an amulet straight away is super nice. You can see it adds 10 flat attack. But we've got Monster Tomb. We'll go with that. I don't think we've got any other upgrades at the moment. We're really happy with our Fallen Mage's Staff, actually. So the Tomb gives us, I think, 5% extra experience at the moment. I'm still looking for one Goblin Mage. And just reached tier... Well, not tier 10, I was about to say tier 10 there. Level 10 we've reached, so we can select our faction. I'm going to go Earthen Legion as usual, just my favorite faction. And from this point on, really, we're going to want to use Tremor, which is the tier 3 skill that we learned as a mage, because that's going to be giving us a 25% faction bonus. So, for example, attacking this Fallen Thief, Bolt does around 66 damage. And Tremor does about 90 damage, so that's 25% extra. And here is our last Goblin Mage. Boom, one shot. And that is that quest complete. We get a Whetstone, which I am going to use on my Fallen Mage Staff. And that's going to give us an extra 10, I think, magic, taking us up to 60 magic. So I like using the Whetstone straight away on the Fallen Mage Staff. Gives us a nice boost. And you can save it for later if you want, but I like immediate upgrades. Our next upgrade is most likely coming at tier 3. So defeat Goblin Lord, and we know there's one sitting just up here. Just reached level 12. Now, Goblin Lord does status effect damage. Can be a bit annoying, but relatively weak. So with a full set of bandit gear, level 12, we're tanking this guy, and we're doing pretty nice damage with Tremor. 5 mana skill, learned at level 3, and getting our 25% faction bonus damage. Gonna easily take this down. Ooh, Famed Winter Goblin Lord Staff. I wonder how much magic stat that has. 31, yeah, pretty low. It is a tier 1 weapon, unfortunately. But pretty cool getting a elemental weapon there. May as well kill the second one. And yeah, my main strategy really is going to be taking down world bosses. I think it's a great way to level in Aethric. And yeah, just the rewards are much greater. We reached, well, we got a couple of levels. I think we reached level 22 from level 12 in 2 Goblin Lord kills there, including a quest completion in the middle, but yeah, pretty nice. So now we just need to reach level 25. Which we shall. Yeah, let's go kill that Bandit Lord down there. looking a bit smug for himself. We should be able to two-shot this guy. Easy. Ooh, legendary. Bandit's Axe. That'll be nice to sell, by the way. And there we go, level 25. We can now move on to Hwlrmnky. Unlock this way gate as well since we're there. Well, actually no, I'm gonna go back, start the quest. Sorry. I think we can actually complete the quest and then we have to go to Hwlrmnky straight away, is that right? Yeah, talk to Asmund in Hwlrmnky, okay. So we'll go and tag this waygate, take down this Minotaur on the way. See, the Minotaur does a bit of damage, has a higher attack stat, but nothing that isn't too unmanageable. A couple of health pots. And may even drop us a lucky gold coin. No, he doesn't. But another legendary, actually. That's interesting. So we can sell that for gold. Okay, hopefully that waygate is tagged. A few achievements. And while we're walking to Hwlrmnky, we're going to unlock our tier 2 class, the Archmage. Very nice indeed. So we learn Magic Boost and Magic Shield, which basically give magic up and resistance up in battle. And I'm going to equip Magic Boost. So for longer fights, such as bosses and maybe in PvP arena, we can use that just to increase our magic stat. Here's Asmund, and now we start the Draconian questline, and that will give us a fine whetstone. Now, let's check out the general store, if there's anything that can upgrade our magic. There's not. I'll buy some Nightshade, though. And we're level 2, so let's check out the bestiary. Got bear, snake, 37,500. How much is the snake? Okay, I need to sell. I need about 2k. And I'm going to go with the bat this time. I never usually take the bat. It's a bit more thematically attached to the magic classes. And I'm actually going to also put a few items in the smith. And this is like preloading the blacksmith's quest that we're going to get later on. So put 5 things in, you know, just the cheap stuff. Have to dismantle a few things as well. I'm actually going to not put on us dismantle just in case. But yeah, we leave Hwlrmnky now with our bat pet. Very nice, going to attack very regularly. Going to walk up towards Finland. Draconians basically start spawning north of this barrier line here. And we need to kill 5 warriors, 5 mages. And yeah, kill a few goblin lords along the way, level up a little bit. Here's our first draconian mage. A little bit of extra damage from our bat, always useful. And draconian staff. Gonna check the staff. See, it's only 30 magic, unfortunately. So if you haven't managed to get Fallen Mage Staff by now, yeah, Draconian Staff is probably going to be an upgrade to whatever you have been wearing until now. We're going to continue round towards the Fen Halls, this the tier 2 area down here. And because we have some quests to do, perhaps. Accept. Draconian Warrior. Goes down. Yeah, sometimes if you tier up, you might need to accept quests, the new daily quests. So make sure you check that. Okay, we got Flame, which are weak to Earth damage. So you see that blue damage is doing like 50% more damage. Super good. Quite a few Draconian mages around. Hopefully we'll level up before we have to use a mana pot. A health pot, sorry. Oh, superior draconian hood. That is more than likely an upgrade. Yes, very nice upgrade actually. Do they drop shoes? No. Okay, let's heal up, try and take down this Arachne boss. Tier 2 boss, so this is our first Tier 2 boss. Still doing 100 damage and got an, with that Draconian Hood, we've got enough defenses there to make this one fairly easy, and we should get a couple of levels out of this. Silk Crossbow, nothing we can really use as a mage, but just some nice XP. I just clocked the Draconian Lord at the north side of the screen as well, which we'll come back for. Up there, next part, end of the tier 2 quests. Yeah, make sure we get that Waygate as well at some point, but there's Draconians to kill. Kaboom! Another Mimic from a chest. Red Crystal, Draconian Scepter, Scythe. Let's check the Scepter. Ooh, 50 magic on the Scepter. So what we're going to do, I think if we dual wield that, we should still come out with more magic stat. Go to our status, check our magic 108. So we're going offhand dual wielding, which I believe opens up after level 10. And you see 119 magic. We got another 9 magic out of that. So basically dual wielding lowers the stats of each weapon by 35%. So you get like 65% of each weapon's power. So as long as each weapon is like relatively close to each other in power, it should end up giving you higher stats. Now, in the start of the game, when we're not using shields and ward and stuff, it's actually a really good way of getting more magic out of our really average gear. Because we don't really, there's no ward to speak of. We don't have shields or anything like that. Okay, so we unlock that Waygate. Now there's an NPC here, Bard there. Which has some quests for us. If you see the NPCs out in the world, always worth starting their quest. Good thing about being mage as well, we can easily take down these living armors with blue damage and get some rune gear, which we can't actually wear at the moment, but we can dismantle it into runestone, which is usually used in a few weapon types. So Bard Alden needs 5 silver. Haven't got any silver yet, that's not too much of an issue. And by dual wielding, we get this offhand ability called Twin Blast, which is really nice. It's free mana, and you see it does pretty comparable damage to our Tremor, which is really nice. So if we run out of mana, we can easily just use Twin Blast, and it does elementalist damage again. Cannot be resisted. So pretty nice, consistent damage, which is free in terms of mana. Already level 42. Let's see how we get on with this Draconian Lord. 130 odd damage, and yeah, we're only receiving about 10 damage, so we probably could have used Magic Boost here. Might have saved us 1 turn. But, not much of a problem. So yeah, tier 2 bosses owning with no problem now. Shocking Draconian Archistaff. Got another Monster Tomb. And another bit of stone, always good. Always pick up the stone. Now I think the Draconian Archistaff, 58 magic, plus view distance, which currently doesn't have any use in the game. It might have later. So yeah, upgrade our magic again. Let's check what our magic's at. 130 now. 130. Very nice indeed. Demon Prince, in terms of tier 2, doesn't really drop anything for us, but it does have 1600 HP, which is the highest at tier 2, so definitely going to use Magic Boost for that. Not too bad the fight. I had to use a couple of mana health potions, but we got a lucky coin, which we could either use or hand into Hermes. So yeah, of course we're going to use Lucky Coin, and we've got a Lucky Silver Coin as well. These buffs last for 1 hour, doubling our gold and orange income. So they start dropping from bosses, which now we can pretty much take down with relative ease, so definitely worth popping those. Just got to watch with these Demon Princes, very easy to get burnt, which does, I think, around 10% of our health each turn. So it does hurt us in terms of damage over time. Now that goes down, and we pick up 300 orns, 4,000 gold, and we get another lucky coin anyway. So very nice, level 47 now, screaming towards tier 3, and the tier 3 area is up here. But still need kill a few draconians. And finally found our final draconian mage we need to kill. Already killed 5 draconian warriors. It goes down. And okay, got an achievement there, Monster Slayer 3. Killed 4 feral horse daily quest. And now we get the fine whetstone as well. Got to go back to Svarga now. So also travel there. Gonna pop this Goblin Lord on the way. Level 49. Let's hand in a lucky gold coin to Hermes, and then we've got to find a Bandit Lord as well. Bandit Lord spawn around Loten, and yeah, basically each zone has a set number of bosses in it. So for example, this area here, south of Loten, has 1 boss assigned to the zone, which means there's always 1 boss there. So when you kill it, that's going to respawn as a random boss that can respawn for that tier. So it's a tier 1 area, so a random tier 1 boss is going to spawn as long as it meets the spawn criteria, such as it's not a dungeon only boss, for example. Got to be a world boss that goes on land. So there's Quest Seeker 3, by the way, achievement, 10,000 orns. I want to show you quickly, go in the trophy up here. These is our achievements, and Quest Seeker, so we've just done 10 quests. We've netted 10,000 orns, and the next one, 25 quests, we get 25,000 orns, which is going to be huge for making sure we can stay up to date with our classes. Now, where's Asmund? Always kind of hard to find. I'm going to go to the arena, kill 5 opponents. Just check quickly. I think we're still tier 2, so there's nothing we can upgrade just at the moment. So the arena, the first arena we can access is this one, the Fallen Champions Clearing. Picked up the Waygate. And in the arena, it's just going to be kind of hit and miss. Some guys might have like no gear whatsoever. I do recommend putting in any upgrades that you have. There's a Draconian robe there, actually. That should be an upgrade, yeah. So we've got some Draconian gear. You do want to make sure you're dual wielding here. Reason being, we get that Twin Blast skill, which is going to be quite important for making sure we can keep damaging as we go ahead. Now, I'm also going to stick in Tremor 2, which is the latest skill that we learned. And I actually have another skill I might try out, which is Drain. Kind of reclaim a tiny bit of health back. So, we've got 21 arena tokens, top left here. Main source of arena tokens are going to be killing bosses everywhere out in the world. And, ooh, Twin Blast can crit as well, by the way. So, Twin Blast, as I said, is elementalist. We're going to win this fight for sure. You know, look at these rewards. 50,000 gold, orns, XP. Level 50, we just tiered up there. Always going to happen. You need to get 5 kills for the story quest, which I always recommend trying to keep up with the story quest. Now, the risk here is that we can use our elemental skill. However, they maybe resist if they are the same faction. So unfortunately, we lost that fight. But yeah, with the mage early on, worth going with your hardest hitting skill of your faction element. If you see they're not resist to your faction, Then keep going with it till you run out of mana, then we can use Twin Blast. Oh, Magician Shoes. I think I'm actually going to stick those on. That should be a nice upgrade. Okay, an upgrade in terms of resistance. Okay, dismiss that. Yeah, we still need 3 kills for the quest. Now you will notice the higher HP stat in the arena. And HP is basically doubled in PvP. So you may have noticed I'm also wearing a thing that I found from killing the Mimic. The red crystal gives me 50 HP, which turns into effectively 100 extra HP in the arena, which early on is actually pretty significant. Can be the difference between getting a win and losing at this stage in the game. Now notice that we paralyzed our enemy there. That is coming from our second weapon, the Draconian Archistaff, being able... it has the lightning element on it. So when a weapon has lightning element, anytime you damage an opponent, it has a chance to proc the status of that element to the enemy, which in this case is a paralysis. It makes sense, right? Basic element. Now, got some nice upgrades here. Warlock boots, look at that resistance. Maybe we can't wear the royal... Can't wear royal gear, unfortunately. So you see that shocking Draconian Archistaff has the lightning tag that you see in the inventory, so we can... Actually tells you here as well, causes paralyzed, as long as we can damage our opponent. Unfortunately, it seems like we got a bunch of melee gear, which we can't actually use. Royal boots, yeah, used by Thief. That's actually a really nice drop, actually. Now, you will notice that we got a couple of scrolls here. And I'm going to stick with dual wielding for now, purely because the Twin Blast does damage. Whereas the offhand ability that scrolls give is Read Scroll, which restores mana, like by a tiny amount. But why restore mana when we get a hard-hitting Twin Blast skill for free? Is my point. So that's another quest done. We still have to go back to Svarga now. So go to Forest Gate, head up the road, and while we're actually going up there, notice for our tier 3 class we need 50,000 orns. So what we're going to do is a little achievement trick, which is basically unlocking the warrior and the thief at tier 1. So we want to unlock all the tier 1 classes. And look at all these skills that we're learning here. So 6 extra skills we learned from the thief. We can unlock Paladin, tier 2 warrior class. Again, bunch of skills we just learned. And we're also going to unlock the tier 2 rogue class, which again gives us a bunch of useful skills. So we ignore the knight class. We don't unlock knight because it only has 2 skills. Make sure to switch back to the archmage. And this little exercise is purely for achievements to gain orns, early game orns. So we'll start the next quest. Build a bestiary, acquire a follower. Let's check the shop if there's any tier 3 gear we can actually get. No. So there's the first achievement, Polymath 2. That is for getting more classes. So it's 5,000 orns back. The Student 3, 10,000 orns. That's for learning skills. Actually, I wonder if it's worth getting Zoo here. Yeah, I'm going to check the bestiary up in Vinland. I think it's worth buying Zoo there. So head to our origin town, got to build a bestiary. Where are we in terms of achievements? So Polymath 3. And this is going to clock in just a second. We're going to get another 25,000 orns out of that once the game picks up. And there it is, just came in. 25,000 orns. So it is a net positive gain of orns at this level, at this point in the game. I do it on pretty much all my new characters. Still leaves us 8,000 orns short, which we'll manage to get relatively soon. Okay, a little bit of hide short. Need to get 10 stone and 25 hide to build a bestiary. Unlike the shop, our first bestiary isn't free. So best place really to get hide is probably bandits. Hopefully find a bandit lord as well for Hermes quest. I'm also going to put on auto dismantle now. So auto dismantle by quality. Go up to superior. Never know where we're gonna get a better weapon. Got a daily quest here. And this is going to make material farming much easier. Okay. Obviously the bandit didn't drop any actual gear. There we go, 2 hide. I think we needed 7 more. But yeah, auto dismantle is going to be on for most of the game. Got to bear in mind when it comes to quest items that we need, that we find from killing monsters, just got to be conscious to come in and turn it off. Got to be standard quality for quest gear. At the moment, I believe that's going to be a future change. I'm pretty sure OD has mentioned that they want to have that, like any quality, any level item, as long as you actually have the item somehow. But yeah, auto dismantle, very nice quality of life feature to have. It just makes material farming really simple. Keeps your inventory nice and clean. Been really lucky with stone early on. Where are all the bandits at, though? Up in Vinland, Rose's Rest Inn. This is how to find where NPCs are. There's actually nothing here that I want. I was kind of hoping for Beatrice, find her new upgraded staff, but perhaps on another day. Alright, we're checking Vinland for a new follower. And this is the one we want. We want the gnome. 200,000 gold. Oh, we have to release our follower. Okay. Yeah, if you want to have more than one follower, we need to upgrade our home in our origin town, which I don't really have the gold to do that right now. So unfortunately, little bat going to release back in the wild. We get half of the acquisition cost returned to us. And after those 5 arena wins, we've got a nice stack of gold allowing us to buy the gnome. I really like the gnome. Some offensive firepower. Gonna back us up. And nothing here we really want. Oh, there was Beatrice who's right there. There she is, yeah. Right in front of us. Okay, 5 souls. Oh, I need 1 more soul. And what do you know? We have a soul we can find from dismantling this weapon. So souls are used as a material for most of PvP items. Now this is what we want, Beatrice's staff. I want to check out. It recently got buffed. Don't know the actual stats on it. But nice to pick up the quest anyway. And oh, there's a couple of eyes down here. Remember, once we get 25 quests completed, that's another 25,000 orns in the bank, which will definitely take us into our tier 3 class. Ooh, check this out. We found a Shrine of Wisdom lurking at the bottom of the outskirts next to the bridge. That is going to double our experience gained from killing monsters and bosses for, I forget the time on it, 1 hour 17 minutes. Awesome, awesome stuff. So for sure we're going to power level here. Now, I'm still going to focus on the story quest line. As you know, I mean, oh, check out the damage from the gnome, by the way. How about an extra 60 to 90 damage every single turn? Yes, please. Sign me up. Still going to focus on the story quest. I could just blast through, kill bosses. You see, level up here, level up there. Crash to level 100. But the story quest is really worth kind of trying to keep on top of because, oh, by the way, earthworms, they do drop stone. Not this time, but it's one way to get stone. Yeah, the story quest line, it kind of introduces quite a few different mechanics to the game. Like, for example, we already got led down the path of killing people in the arena, which is quite a nice thing to do early on. Good rewards, like lots of gold, allowing us to buy an upgraded pet in the gnome. And also gets us involved with our origin town, building buildings, shops. Got to build a bestiary now as well. And later on down the line, the items that we can get from completing quests on our story are like the best item in the game for farming. For example, the final reward in tier 10, the Unfelled Concord, actually reduces the cooldown time on dungeons. Like the mushroom here, that's a dungeon, by the way. If you're new to Aether, that's a dungeon, which we don't have any keys for right now. But normally the dungeons have a cooldown time depending on what type of dungeon it is, ranging from 6 hours all the way up to 23 hours. And Unfelled Concord reduces the cooldown time, and you can even double up once you find a second one. And basically, by the way, any quest item, either by story quest or by NPCs, you can actually find duplicates of and higher quality versions of by completing dungeons. That is the only way to get duplicates, and is the way to get higher quality stuff. And obviously, you may have heard of the fabled Band of Gods, which we can claim at tier 9 on completing the story quest line, which gives you 50% increased orns, gold, and experience. So literally, your best farming accessory there. So you can always catch up the story quest later, but I like to kind of try and keep within 1 or 2 tiers as we're going on, as long as it's within reason. And there's a Bandit Lord, which we need for Hermes. Should give us also our final bit of hide that we need. Okay, level 60. Go click on Go Fanon here. Yes, we need to build a bestiary, please, sir. Pop it down anywhere. Now, when you immediately build it, it's only level 1. So it can actually only hold up to tier 1 monsters. So every level you upgrade it, it can hold followers up to that tier. And you can see it costs 100,000 gold to upgrade. And every time you upgrade, it will cost an extra 100,000 gold. So for now, not worth upgrading. There is bestiaries in Vinland and Svarga that we can utilize. Need to go back to Svarga now. Hand in this quest for Hermes. We get a pretty useless coin purse, for example. And another quest here to upgrade equipment. So yeah, another good reason why we already popped stuff in the blacksmith earlier on. Gets us started on that quest line. Well, not this quest line, but we were fortunate enough that this was some additional quests we needed to do. Okay, the next quest is the codexing quest. You need to codex 3 monsters. By this point, as long as you kill like almost any different types of mobs, all the different types of mobs that you see, you should have already completed those codex entries. I do have a video based on codexing. If you want to go check that out, it's fairly simple though. You may get the hang of it. A lot of people love codexing. Myself, not really too bothered about it. But now we get the gauntlet quest. So we're going to go and do that. And as I said before, the first gauntlet is the mushroom of virtuous perilous visitation. Walk up to Vinland. So yeah, we've got our first gauntlet key from the quest line. And the next kind of place that you can actually really farm for gauntlet keys is in Lithran Woods by killing demon knights. Your main source of keys are going to come from bosses, but not every boss can drop a gauntlet key. Again, certain bosses, you will learn to figure out what keys drop bosses, or you can go on Orna Guide or the Discord and use the roar bot to check what drops keys. After a certain amount of time, you'll figure out what bosses drop keys and who doesn't. Yeah, taking down bosses in one shot, always a great feeling. And with this Wisdom Shrine, we're going to be kind of charging up the levels, which is nice. And yeah, we don't need to worry too much about being a class behind our tier. We're still on a tier 2 class, but we are in tier 3 now. Once we complete this dungeon, we should have enough Orns to be picking up our tier 3 class. You do get Orns for completing dungeons, like an extra bit of bonus Orns. And note that we are tier 3, but what I'm going to do to be really, really safe to complete this dungeon, I want to complete this dungeon for the quest line. I'm actually going to open up the options and realize that you cannot down tier. I was going to down tier, do a tier 2 dungeon. Looks like we can't do that yet. Anyway, let's go for it. Tier 3 dungeon. Got a Mimic first up. Gonna use Magic Boost. Anything interesting there? Some tier 4 gear. So notice that we've still got the magic up and our buffs last every floor. So our buffs continue across floors in the dungeon. So that's why generally, once we pick up more buffs later on, we'll be using our first floor in the dungeon to buff up, heal if we've been taking damage for those few turns where we're buffing up, and then we can charge through the dungeon, start attacking stuff. So bear, you'll notice that you don't see them out in the wild. Certain mobs can only be found in dungeons. Bear is one of them. Okay, Lizard Knight. Now we're into the tier 3 mobs. So yeah, wow. Got a really heavy hit there. Gonna chug a large health pot. Some of these tier 3 mobs, you got to be careful. They can do damage, and you see their health is relatively high as well. So you definitely want to make sure you've got a handful of large health pots. Don't be scared to use your HP potions. And here's a Demon Knight. Okay. This is going to be a long fight. I'm going to hit him with Tremor 2 straight up, because now we get introduced to this ward mechanic that has the purple bar below his health bar, and it basically acts like energy shield. A certain percentage of incoming damage gets taken from the ward first before getting taken before going to HP. And this is actually quite a difficult position for us now, because we are taking hits. I didn't bother to bring any defensive buffs. When we're stunned and asleep, there's like nothing we can do, so may as well heal up. Luckily, our pet is actually doing really good work. Okay, we're asleep, can't do anything. It's getting more and more ward turns. Now we're back in the game. So actually, yeah, not too bad. We've been keeping track, keeping up to date on our gear as much as possible, and there we go. Boom! Managed to take it down. Only 800 Orns from this dungeon. I was expecting a little bit more. But yeah, we get 500 Orns from the quest, actually, not too bad. So overall, just over maybe 2,000 Orns. Maybe that's a bit generous, but 1.5k Orns. And we're going to go all the way back down to Svarga. Going to take out on this Demon Prince along the way. Yeah, really recommend the gnome, giving us some extra damage. there is a tier 5 version as well, the Elder Gnome, which is pretty brutal actually. Starts doing unstable magic. Nice, 400 orns there, really nice. Level up. And finally, we have the Kill the Draconian Lord tier 2 quest. Basically the last thing we need to do in tier 2. I'm gonna wave vessel over to the Fen Hall, see if there's one hanging out. Over here, tier 2 area. Demon Prince. Some wood and bone. 2 Demon Princes. Okay, we're gonna go up here. I seem to be more lucky around north of the Fen Halls with Draconian Lords. Probably has actually no evidence behind that, just anecdotal evidence. And here's a quick tip on the quest tab. In the jobs page, I've noticed that all those quests that we accepted from Lowton Town Hall, got quite a few ready to hand in here. So like, we've got 1 Earthstone, 7 Bone, almost just need 2 more steel there. Kill those barbarians. Completed that. So there's 5 or 6 quests there which we've completed, which will give us about 500-600 orns, and more importantly, help work towards the achievement. It's consistent damage. So our next kind of weapon upgrade is going to be killing the tier 3 boss, the Lost Pharaoh, which drops an Ankh, which actually gives balanced attack and magic stats. Unless, of course, we get lucky with an ornate weapon drop from Draconian Lord, for example, or a legendary drop. But for a base weapon, yeah, we're going to start looking for that Lost Pharaoh. But it can be a pretty tricky boss to take down. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to kill Demon Princes, unfortunately. And another point why the Gnome is such a good follower for us is when we use Magic Boost, it boosts our magic damage, but also because our pet is actually doing magic damage, also boosts our followers' damage as well. Very nice indeed. Draconian Lord. Gonna take this guy down. Hopefully get a nice little ornate weapon draw. That would be nice for the video. Help us speed through. Not very realistic, maybe. Unfortunately, yeah, nothing this time. But level up, level 66, and that's the Hellfiraga quest line completed. Pretty sure. Get Draconian Amulet, which gives HP and mana. Oh no, we still have to go down there. Wow. Okay. Well, can warp there. Draconian Amulet, HP, mana. I mean, I'm not really having much of any issues at the moment. Pretty happy with what we've got. There's nothing really obvious for mages, apart from a green crystal, which gives magic. And the tombs, of course. But not like melee classes, which get an amulet, which gives increasing attack damage from tiers 1 to 4. And then there's also one at tier 6 as well. So those are like obvious attack choices for melee classes, whereas mages perhaps get a little bit stung there. Nevertheless, got time to focus on becoming stronger, which we already are. Unlocks the tier 2 class, reach level 50, 10,000 orns. And there's a second gauntlet key. And now we got to talk to hwlrmnky up in Vinland. So, let's unlock our tier 3 class, which is going to be the Sorcerer. Absolute badass class. One of, in my opinion, the best base sprites in the game, sorry. And gonna equip a new skill, Outwill, which is a debuff which decreases our opponent's resistance. It's going to come in handy for higher resistant enemies. And yeah, we actually have to go all the way up to Vinland now. Okay, another walk. Kill some mobs, kill some bosses along the way. Go get a cup of tea. Yeah, that kind of thing. I have in fact just popped into Loten along the way to hand in my quests. Picked up this green crystal, which we were talking about a second ago, so I actually get some magic out of that. Hand in a bunch of quests. Okay, steel we don't have. Runestone we hand in. Cult candle, very nice for killing mobs. Increases mob spawns. Going to save that later on, where we need to kill heaps of more mobs for quests. And there's still a couple of quests we're going to be able to hand in relatively shortly. Auto walk back up to Vinland. Okay, I'll quickly take down this Minotaur. And you see we're doing 160, 164 damage here with Twin Blast. When we actually hit. Okay, tier 1 boss as well, so the comparison may not be super good, but I'm just going to equip both green crystals. So an extra 50 magic. Now check out Twin Blast. Up to 200. Ah, feels good, that feels good. Paralyzed though, that's annoying. Level up. So yeah, an extra 50 magic damage. Sorry, an extra 50 magic stat. Nice increase to our damage. Got fairly lucky there, having that available in the shop. Currently rocking 194 magic stat. So that'd be nice to get that above 200. Still very reasonable damage. 1-2-shotting mobs and bosses going down relatively easily. So here's a hwlrmnky up here. Now, what do we need to do here? Upgrade equipment and build a blacksmith. Oh, handily 500 orns there for handing that quest in, you see. Right. We need stone and we need wood for building the blacksmith. How much gold do I have? So buying this staff, I'm going to dismantle that staff for wood. And I'm going to buy this helmet, mithril helmet, and dismantle it for mithril. That's mainly because I have a quest which requires mithril to hand in. But the trick with wooden weapons, especially from shops, quite a common one. For all of these building quests early on. What's our material looking like? How much stone do we have? Yeah, we've got 27 stone, so we're happy days there. Got enough wood as well. So that's fortunate. I have been lucky with the stone pickups from clickables. Again, just make sure you kind of tap every clickable thing. So that we've got a mimic chest here. Draconian robe, but that's going to respawn as something else in a few seconds time in the zone. And that could very easily be stone, which we need. That's probably the best way to pick up stone earlier on, because anything that can actually drop stone is only going to drop 1 stone, which is obviously pretty slow going when you need 10, 15 of it. Because the mobs are generally quite specific. For example, the rubbish, which only spawns at water, the earthworm, which only spawns when it's raining, the ogre, which is a tier 3 monster, and the golem as well, which is a tier 3 monster. So early on, there's only really 2 mobs there which drop stone, I think. Anyway, our gnome takes down the goblin lord, and got the minotaur here as well. So yeah, 300 damage a turn when our gnome does damage which is very regular. And that's due to the amount of skills they have. Oh, nice. Right. Yes, got to build a blacksmith. 25 wood we need. Oh my god, I need 250,000 gold. That's ridiculous. How much gold do we have? Oh, I need 30,000 gold, quick. Okay, quickest way for gold is going to be in the arena at this point. So I'm going to go straight there. And it's going to be a bit hit or miss. There might be some characters, enemies that are decently geared that will, you know, stop our damage. Or they have pets that do damage to us. So just kind of depends. We get fortunate here with this guy. Should be able to finish this guy off relatively easily. And there's 60,000 gold. So we may as well, while we're here, get a couple more kills in. This could be difficult. I would say warriors, paladins are the most annoying early on because they have higher health, higher HP. And HP is, again, remember, doubled in the arena in PvP, so does help. Oh, nice crit there, 330 damage. Easy win. And yeah, I actually really like damaging pets early on in the game, right? In old Orna days, like the Fae was recommended, the Fairy was recommended, the Wisp pet was like the #1 most recommended pet in the game from tier 4, literally all the way until tier 7, if you weren't going like Dragoon. But they were nerfed a little bit. Like their healing rate was reduced slightly, and other pets have been introduced, and other older pets have been buffed, like mainly their action rates. So the gnome I really, really like. Okay, is actually used. Got his resistance high, so our gnome is now not doing any damage. I'm going to risk trying to kill it by ourselves. Okay, that was one loss. But let's raise our magic and then also go outwill as well. Oh yeah, 330 damage. Yeah, those buff turns were, well, arguably not worth it. I mean, we were one hit away from winning that fight there. Generally worth just attacking from straight out the gate in PvP. Okay, that should do for now. Level 71. And still 1 minute left on a cooldown. Okay, I may as well stay in the arena for another minute or so. I actually lost 3 arena fights in a row there, so yeah, got out of there. Going back to the origin town now, build this blacksmith. Here we go. And had to complete 3 upgrades of equipment, which luckily we already started when we first entered Svarga. So now we've completed that quest. Boom, get another gauntlet key. Now we need to talk to Seeker Mara, who should be in the resting place just northeast again of Loten, and we can hand in this nice little random quest for Hermes as well. We get another upgrade equipment quest as well, so that's going to be nice. And there's quest seeker 4. There's 25,000 orns. Looking really nice. So if we hadn't got our tier 3 class by now, we would have. That's a real knock. Well, it's a real upgrade to our Orn stash. We're now halfway to our tier 4 class, even though we're just 3 levels away from tier 4. nevertheless, we can continue on with the main story quest line, and now tier 3, got to kill these fallen monsters. Kind of infamously hard to find. Just kind of luck of the draw. And by the way, here's Carl hiding out in the resting place. Another quest. Always do these quests. So, okay, so first of all, it's at this point that we're first going to go into the tier 3 area, Lythran Woods. That is where we're going to start finding tier 3 monsters. So for this main story quest line, all of these guys, they're tier 3 mobs. They can spawn in the Lythran Woods there, tier 3 area. They can, as we said earlier, spawn in dungeons as well. But the tier 3 area, we're going to hopefully now go and get our weapon upgrade as well. Killing a Lost Pharaoh. The damage we're doing here, 200 odd damage ourselves and then 100 odd damage from our pet. Really sets us up nicely for taking down Lost Pharaohs. It's going to be a small increase in weapon damage output, but you know, we have to take these small increases as we go. Orna is all about, you know, marginal gains over and over and over again. That's kind of the beauty of it. So there's Lythran there. We're gonna may as well just click in the town. Gonna walk ourselves there. Take down bosses along the way. Hopefully spot those quest mobs as well. Actually, what I'm gonna do, perhaps not necessarily recommended, but I'm gonna pop this occult candle. Also, our coins are gonna run out. I've got an experience potion as well, which I may as well pop as we've got it. Wow! And look at all the mobs using the occult candle. Look what that did. We've got loads of mobs spawning here. So, ogre, this is one way to get stone. Didn't drop it in this case. Golems are the other way. And this is where you want ice damage, by the way. And our gnome's got ice damage. There you go, there's stone drop from the golem. Right. Another quest, NPC. Defeat Mythril Armor for Dowsing Rods. We're definitely going to want to do that. Bandit for Carl. A legendary cloak there. Alright, here's a tier 3 Djinn. I want to check out. There is a Djinn staff. I want to check what the damage is like. The magic stat on it, if we get the drop. Which we didn't. Not to worry. Oh, Lord of Wolves. Right, 20 large elixirs for Dalan. We'll come back for that. Now, Lord of Wolves, that boss there, does indeed drop a staff. Can't remember exactly what the stats are like on it, so it'll be actually, I'm really interested to see what the stats are like. Yeah, 600 health, you see, less, pretty easy to take down. And of course I had also Dismantle on, which is a shame. Alright, tier 4, level 75, we have reached. And now we get access to, like, my favorite spells for mages. And that is the level 75 unstable magic spell. So I'm going to use Cataclysm as I'm Earthen Legion. We're still a little bit off picking up our tier 4 class, but not to worry there. Alright, gonna grab this, speak to Salah, need 20 cure-alls, gonna grab the Waygate. Yeah, notice we didn't see any of the fallen mobs that we need for the quest at the moment. But not to worry, found the Waygate. Is there much point actually heading into Lythran? I'm not too sure. I'm going to go to Lythran anyway, tag it, so we can walk there. New. Alright, so there's nothing really here. They've added a jeweler. Okay. Yeah, nothing really for us there. I am actually going to pick up some health potions. Pick up some large mana potions just in case as well. Yeah, let's pick up some small ones. I'm not going to bother going to the jeweler just now. Don't have any adornment slots really available. So, okay, so now, if you noticed, the Demon Knight over there was actually Berserk. Had the orange glow behind it. So when mobs are Berserk, basically their HP is doubled, all like their stats are doubled, and their rewards are roughly tripled. But I really doubt we're going to be able to take it down, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do instead at the moment is go to the tier 4 town straight away. Hopefully see the tier 3 quest mobs en route. Because the tier 3 mobs, basically lower tier mobs can spawn in higher tier zones as long as you're not using tier limiting items such as the Ring of Sacrifice or Affinity Candles. They basically make monster spawns only your tier and the tier below you. Otherwise, mobs of all tiers can spawn up to and including the tier of the zone. So, Platinum Amulet. Platinum Amulet, sorry. So that's 40 attack accessory if we were a melee class. Right, another Lord of Wolves. Let's make sure we turn off Auto Dismantle now as we take this guy down. Gonna go in hard with the Cataclysm. My god. Our first death of the run. Too cocky, too confident, too arrogant. Sounds like a mage. Should have healed. I don't know what I was expecting. My Cataclysm to do like 1000 damage. Unfortunately, not going to be able to attack that for roughly 5 minutes, I believe. So let's pretend that never happened and continue across the bridge to Athantia, shall we? Always picking up stone. Oh, we can attack him again. Okay. That's great. I thought we had to wait 5 minutes. That's cool. One thing to notice about the unstable skills, you do take a little bit of recoil damage. I just gotta watch for that. Anyway, level 78. Into the tier 4 zone. And I want to check the Staff of Wolves that drops from Mr. Lord of Wolves. And there you go, 68 magic. That is an upgrade. 58, 60. So, probably at this point, probably regretting slightly using the whetstone. However, it depends how fast you're going through the game. It really depends how fast you're going. Regardless, we have an upgrade. Okay, tier 4 boss we're going to ignore for the moment. Another NPC. We need 50 lightning stone there. That's going to take us a little while to get. There's a mithril knight there as well, but okay. Anyway, into Athantia. Now, one of the best zones, because down there in the bottom left of the screen lies the Athantia Temple, which will give us our first diluted mnemonic. Stop in along the way. Ooh, a wisp. Living Hammer, Gazer. Now, choice to make here. I only have 296k gold. Living Hammer, 160. 200. Okay, I'm gonna go with a Living Hammer here. Notice the spell chance. Oh, I need to reflow. Okay. Release the Gnome. Gnome did a great job. Fantastic job, tier 3. Reason I'm going to go for the Living Hammer. As I mentioned, Wisp is available, but that heal chance is a little bit low, and I want some damage. 60% spell chance on the Living Hammer. And that damage is unresistible. Well, it does physical damage, I think. So there's a few mobs which may resist it, but not many. And as I mentioned earlier, the low tiers, I do really like damaging pets, actually. Okay, let's get our Diluted Mnemonic. Tap the ritual and get the fuck out of here. This Diluted Mnemonic is going to allow us to pick up heaps of Orns and get our tier 4 class pretty much, not immediately, but very, very soon after reaching tier 4, which was something really unheard of back in the Orna days. And of course, this the first mob that we attacked is actually resist to physical damage, which is kind of an element that our follower is doing. So yeah, Magic Hammer, that skill, it actually does physical damage, and physical damage should be considered an element. Physical is an element. Right then, what did we just do in Athantia at the temple? Oh, let's go get the Waygate before we forget. Just northeast here. So, Diluted Mnemonic. Catalyst within areas lost memories trapped within. Using it will begin a hunt for shattered memories in your area. Now, if you want to learn more about Diluted Mnemonics and Amities, I've got a couple of really nice guide videos and written guides set up on the YouTube channel. It's about Orna, but it's the same mechanic. It's the exact same mechanic in the game. So we got the Waygate. Karma's Gargoyle. Don't touch this guy. He's going to absolutely destroy us, unfortunately. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to pop the Diluted Mnemonic. Now, unfortunately, we do not have any Explorer Waystones that would tell us the direction of the memories, but luckily one memory spawned very close to us. So there's going to be 5 memory hunts we need to complete. This is the first one, and you should be able to figure out the games. They're kind of self-explanatory. There's going to be 4 mini games, and look at these rewards: 300,000 gold, 5,000 Orns, a bit of XP, and some random materials. So it's really the Orn gains that we get for doing these memory hunts, which is absolutely amazing for a fresh tier 4 character. Now the thing is, the shattered memories can actually spawn literally anywhere on the map that you've unlocked. So these can be anywhere, even down in the Sudun Desert, right? And if you have an Explorer Waystone, you can use that, and it will come up on the map, give you a little compass marker on the map, telling you where the next memory is. But if you like to just walk around, you're going to come across them anyway. And there's our second memory hunt right here, and a troll as well. Okay, we got kind of lucky with this hunt. Sometimes with the battles, with the portal battles, there can be anywhere from 2 to 4 enemies, and then you're going to actually get allies as well. Now look at the rewards here. Level up 15,000 Orns. Oh, okay, 20,000. We need, just over 20,000 Orns away. I'm going to try and take down this troll. Tier 4 boss, going in hard, Cataclysm. This is why we brought large health pots with us. Yeah, lots of large health pots. If I was being really smart, I would probably bring Sleep Dart that we learn from picking up the Rogue class, and use Sleep Dart and then use potions while the troll is asleep. But it didn't matter, we managed to take him down. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Troll Charm drop, which is really what I was after there. So that's unfortunate. There's the next memory. So there's actually more than one. There should be more than one memory on the map here. And well, there you go. There's another one there. So they can spawn on all around. If you have Explorer Waystones, you can use them to pinpoint the next one. Oh, the Fallen Archmage. There we go. So let's take down the Archmage for the quest, because we may actually get a weapon upgrade. The Fallen Archmage Staff. No, nothing. That's a shame. Okay, this one, if you ever attended physics classes, kind of play with the amplitude, the wavelength, etc. Line them up. It doesn't need to be 100% exact. Right. 24,000 orns. It just keeps getting better and better. I think that's enough. Yeah, look, there we go. 100,000 orns. We are going to go straight into our tier 4 class. Spellsword or Mystic are the choices. Now, I like Spellsword for this ability. Knight's Ward. Ward is automatically activated in battle. Now, the other skills, Mana Step and Experience Step, you know, it's pretty much the same for Mystic. Spells cost 5% less mana, okay, but just by walking we regain mana, and Experience Step is the same. Apothecarius gives us 25% more healing from potions, HP and mana. Spellsword, having Ward activated at the start of every single battle, is going to save us so much HP over the long run. I just prefer it. And the skills that we're going to learn are honestly very, very similar. We get Bolt 3, going to end up getting Magic Strikes at level 100, which is a really nice kind of cheap farming skill. Checking the Mystic class, you get Bolt 3, you get Magic Strikes later on, but the only difference really, Magic Dagger, Magic Arrow, compared to Magic Sword and Magic Hammer. So all those skills do the same amount of damage, it's just like the secondary effect is slightly different. Like, you have the chance to slightly change the enemy's stats, resistance, attack, magic, etc. Alright, so this fight is a bit different, yeah? I got four enemies this time. Unfortunately, we got frozen. But luckily, one of our guys took down the enemy Mimic, which could drop some very interesting items, by the way. But we are frozen. Chance not to attack, roughly 50% chance not to attack per turn, which is quite high. There you go, 3 turns in a row there, but okay, finally dropped off. We still have 3 allies with us, alive with us, but we get stunned straight away. Really awkward, wow. 4 attacks in a row that we don't do anything, but looks like we weren't actually needed there. Okay, really nice drops here. Count's Garment, dropping from the Mimic. And then a casual 27,000 orns as well. Check this thing out. Count's Garment, 40 defense, 60 resistance. Really, really nice item. And now that we are a Spellsword, we can actually wear warrior gear. Yeah, warrior gear, as well as magic gear. So that's nice, that's fun. If we had chosen to be a mystic, killing things like a dark elf would be a clever thing to do, because you find dark elf garb, which gives very nice balanced stats. But unfortunately, is only available for thief type classes to wear. Anyway, we're going to continue down Odin's Finger, not only to aim to complete our memory hunt and pick up our first Amity, but we're going to make a little bit of a shopping trip. And there it is, there's the Troll's Charm. And level 86. We learned Magic Hammer. I'm going to swap in Magic Sword, lower opponent's defense, lower opponent's magic defense. Yeah, Magic Sword is going to be better. We can upgrade our Elementless skill there, which we're probably never going to use because Twin Blast is absolutely awesome. I'm going to change one of our green crystals for our newly acquired Troll's Charm, which, okay, we're going to lose 5 magic, but we're going to gain a lot of HP, some mana, and some base resistance and defense there. So that's a really nice upgrade, in my opinion. Now, we're going to continue down Odin's Finger. We're going to go to Avalon, visit a few places there. Then we're going to go to Sadun, which has a bazaar, which is a really, really nice shop, which has a whole bunch of random items, which may give upgrades, which may not give upgrades. You never know. But the beauty of bazaars is they can sell leveled up items, which can give you like immediate ridiculous upgrades to your gear. Because you can find like a level 6 item, even though it might even be a tier below you, it might be normal quality, but because it's been leveled 4 or 5 times immediately. Ooh, Shrine of Luck. Awesome. That Shrine of Luck there is going to give us double Orn gains now for 73 minutes. Oh, awesome, awesome. Right, Avalon. Welcome to Avalon. What are we doing here? Alton End. Let's visit the shop first. Buy some Nightshade, Draconian Bow. Arena tokens. Yeah, buy arena tokens. I'm gonna buy the glaive. Gonna dismantle that for materials. Okay, School of Avalon. Arc. Huh, interesting. A tremor. 20,000 gold. Okay, so for now we should really have maxed out the student achievement line, which is all about learning skills. But I do recommend, if you have the gold for it, which you probably should do at this point if you completed a lot of memories as well, buy all the skills you can. There it is. There's the student 5. Another 50,000 orns in the bank. Saving up for our tier 5 class now. But not all of these skills are going to come in useful, but 1 or 2 might come in useful down the line. So just pick everything up. Most expensive one was 20,000 gold. Fade Tremor. Which is, the phase skills can basically crit. They have like a higher base crit rate. Can be interesting. Oh, Dowsing Rod. Very nice. Gonna use a Dowsing Rod. Gonna pop a Dowsing Rod as well. We've got some farm gear on. Sahatos. Sneezy boy. Accept all of these quests. Love the hand-in quests, by the way. Okay, we've got some extra gold, so we may as well pay the inn for information. Okay, these are all the same NPCs that we found before. Okay, never mind. Right. Now, Avalon Herbalist. So Herbalist, you can make potions from other ingredients, such as other potions. Some potions you need fish, which you get from fishing, mandrake, herbs, that kind of thing. Now, if you remembered one of the quests for the NPC, we needed 20 large elixirs. So I can't remember how many potions I bought. Okay, not enough large mana potions. So I'm gonna go back. Okay, yeah, Arthur was a great king. We all know that. Buy 20 large mana potions, 20 large health potions, and okay, I'll come back to the point I'm going to make. I think I made this in my warrior leveling guide as well, but let's first get our 20 large elixirs. So that is another quest we are ready to hand in. Oh shit. I needed to get double, right. Yeah, I didn't read the ingredient list. They need 2 potions to make 1 large elixir. Yes, very good at reading. Reading always helps. Tend to find that. Not just in Aethric, but other places as well. Okay, gonna buy some mana potions. Go back to the herbalist. But you see there, we got skilled herbalist 1. That is an achievement, another achievement line. Okay. Okay, so now we've got enough large elixirs to hand in that quest at the NPC. And we'll take 4 for good measure for ourselves. I'm going to make a beast blood if I have a bottle. I don't have the small empty bottle, that's a shame. Beast blood, it acts like an occult candle. You see it consumes, may attract extra monsters to you. Very nice for quests asking you to kill monsters, such as the one we're on now. But what I was going to say, right, elixir. Pop this up to 10. Craft, triple click, craft, triple click, boom. So you need 20 health potions, small health, 20 small manas to craft 10 elixirs. That is the quickest way that I've found to charge down the skilled herbalist achievement line. See, we've just brewed, I don't know, a few potions. Going to cash in 5,000 orns. The maximum amount of potions to complete this achievement line, I think you need to do 2,000 potions, which will require 4,000 small health potions and 4,000 small mana potions if you do the elixirs. And you can honestly sit there for like 10-15 minutes. Here it comes in. And that will get you a decent amount of orns as well. Let's see what the next achievement gives us. Where is it? Herbalist. Okay, the next one gives us 10,000 orns. And that would take us like about 10 seconds to do. I'm not going to do it. But you should. Okay, let's leave Avalon. Fantastic, fantastic place. There's some more stone. Pick that up. And some wood down there as well. We're going to head into the sandy deserts of Sarun. Head toward the bazaar. And see if there's anything interesting in the bazaar. See if there's any fallen knights or fallen witches that we need to complete this storyline quest. Seems like it's night time. First go get the waygate, which is down here. Also next to a dungeon. And there's a fallen witch. Fantastic. For whatever reason, Sarun Desert seems to be really nice for these fallen mobs. I see lots of fallen knights and fallen witches around here. So nice wee pyramid is a mystic cave type themed dungeon. Potentially an actual pretty good place to find fallen archmage, and I'm not sure the fallen witch actually spawns there, but the fallen archmage definitely should, if you haven't completed that part of the quest now. I'm going to miss this dungeon out for the moment. I'm going to head to Sarun, see if we can level up our gear. Here's another undead that we need to complete another daily quest. There's another fallen witch there. And one reason to mention why I've been upgrading or getting more followers, by the way, every tier you go up. Your followers' stats will depend on two things. Firstly, your level up to the max of that tier. So for example, a tier 1 pet can only really be level 25. They will only have the stats as level 25, which is the end of tier 1. And then you can find equipment which increases your follower stats as well. But for the most part, each pet is going to be limited to its tier. So like if I was hanging around with a tier 1 pet right now, it would not be able to damage anything because its stats are too low compared to these tier 4 mobs. So with a tier 4 pet, we're on par with our enemies. It's going to be able to damage our enemies. So welcome to Sadun. Head straight to the bazaar. See if there's anything interesting around. Right, green crystal, bone crusher. If we were... Oh, check this out. Mimicking head. Oh my god. 24 million gold for a Mimic King head. Okay, that's a shame. A little bit out of our budget for the moment. Bestial Potion. Red Gem. Dragonite. Fomorian Hood. I think we should find a Fomorian Hood relatively easily, so I'm not going to buy it. You can see there's a bunch of material here. Mithril Ring, another Bone Crusher. And yeah, this can have any tier of gear up to from tier 1 to tier 10. Tier 9 item there. Famed Ring of Restraint, right. We'll ignore that. Okay, unfortunately, nothing there really for us today. I think it takes 24 hours to restock. So come check that later on. There is another inn here for some more quests. And there is a shop up in the top right. But I don't think we really need anything from the shop for now. So accept all of these quests. They do look a bit awkward, to be honest. And let's try to take this tier 4 boss down. Again, I should have probably healed before. Nice. Very nice. Boom, level 87. Oh, look at all these fallen witches, man. We need a fallen knight. Ah, there's one up there. I just saw one. Fantastic. The bad thing about the fallen witch, it drops the fallen mage staff. Doesn't drop the upgraded fallen archmage staff. Anyway, boom, here we go. Fallen knight. Just what we were after. And that is that story quest completed. We get Mara's Blessing. A little accessory. We have to go back, speak to Mara. Very tiring going the map, all over the map. Take down this magma golem. I just love doing blue damage, you know? Weak. Okay, let's attempt take down this undead golem. We had 85 damage getting absorbed by our ward there at the start. Very nice. And yeah, boom. Another level. Carmen's Gargoyle is just super annoying because you can get petrified. And when you're petrified, you can do literally nothing. There is a potion that you can craft called a Stone Cure, which cures you of petrification. It is just... you maybe not have the ingredients at this point in time. So once we are a bit stronger and we can do a bit more damage, take a few more hits, Carmen's Gargoyles are definitely one of the bosses you want to take down regularly when you see them, because it can drop Gauntlet Keys. And notice the Orc Lord and the Undead Golem do not drop Gauntlet Keys. Now, I'm just going to go up here to the northwest of Avalon. Going to log in the Waygate. There's a Waygate up here. And there is also a boss spawn area here. This is like there is a zone cross point that's somewhere here. And this is actually a pretty nice area for boss killing. Although there can only be one boss here, notice the trees means you can get Mimic Kings spawning here. And, okay, it's an Orc Lord for now, but Mimic Kings give way higher rewards than all the other bosses at tier 4. Fomorian Lord, not far behind, but we're not at the point in the main storyline quest that we can actually spawn Fomorian Lords yet, so Mimic King farming, this is a nice little spot. Do require woods, forest biome, I think, is what they call it. Basically need to be next to woods. So, all this time, by the way, we're still on our memory hunt. We still need to find our 5th and final memory of the hunt. So coming down here was, yeah, quite a tactical decision. Didn't see any of the memories, so at least by the power of deduction, we know where it isn't. So it can help us find where it is. And the most likely place is going to be on the other side of the map. And seeing as we need to go to the other side of the map anyway to speak to Mara, that's what we're going to do. Meet Seeker Mara in the resting place. And here's where all the shared memories are hanging out. Okay. Okay, I'll take down this Berserk Minotaur first for some fat rewards. Notice when you're doing unstable magic, the damage is quite... you have a big range of damage each time. Right. So, you can see this memory here in the fight against the Fallen, what motivates you the most? And then you have a few different options. The second one, when in battle would you rather? A few different options. If you want to learn more about Amity's memory hunts, I do recommend going and watching my Amity guide video. It goes into detail, and you'll kind of understand more about what these questions are, etc., etc. For now, I'm just going to lock in this first answer. We get the level up. Pilfer and Smoke. So this Amity, this is an Amity we get. It basically gives us 1 bonus and 1 malice. And to be honest, we are not using the attack button very much, so this is pretty much useless for us. It would literally only decrease our fire resistance. But check out the orange, check out the gold. Very nice rewards there. And that Athantia Temple is going to be available for us now every once a day to go and try and get a diluted mnemonic. At some point as well, we're going to be able to build our own Oracle Temple in our origin town, and that is going to once we level that up to 10, that is going to be a guaranteed diluted mnemonic every day, every 23 hours technically. Right, knock out this quest. And yeah, we need to go to see Mara there, right. Reconnecting. Bad signal? Okay, I mean, didn't allow us to kill the Goblin Lord, but allowed us to kill the crow. Bit suspect. Okay, let's speak to Mara. Grab the next quest. Do another dungeon. Not a problem. We've proved our worth in a dungeon already. Nothing can really stop us at this point. And I just want to check. I think I'm going to go up to Vinland, because Galler of Murkheim has another quest for us. That quest is going to be blacksmiths, which will require us to upgrade 5 pieces of equipment in a blacksmith again. But you absolutely want to complete that quest as soon as possible, because when you complete that quest, that will spawn Pythia, or the next NPC, which will basically give us a diluted mnemonic, and that will, doing that quest, that side quest, will give us the opportunity to build the Oracle Temple in our origin town. And as you saw, doing these memory hunts is so nice for progression. honestly, at all stages of the game, even in the end game, you're going to want to do these memory hunts, not only to get actual usable amities that you want for your character, but the rewards are super juicy and still worth your time in the end game. So there it is. We need to put 5 more pieces of equipment in the blacksmith. We get 1,000 horns out of it, which isn't too bad, honestly. We get Galar's hammer, which is a consumable item, and that reduces upgrade times of equipment in the blacksmith by, I believe, a third. That is also available in the rune shop, by the way, in one of these packs. Right. Smash this arachne. So what I'm going to do then, there was a blacksmith, there is a blacksmith in Avalon. There is also a dungeon in Sedun Eastgate. And we have a quest to do a dungeon. So let's do it. Magic boost. That's all we need. So this is a themed dungeon. And in Orna, this would be a mystic cave. And mystic caves are focused around magic type monsters. There is a family of monsters, if you like, magic type mobs. And notice the damage this guy is doing. In themed dungeons, the monsters are actually leveled or tiered to the same tier as the lowest. Okay, if you're doing it a solo dungeon, that's an upgrade, by the way, that Fallen Archer Staff. Let's put that on. Fallen Archer Staff. I need to put auto dismantle back on. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Right. Nice, nice. Still gonna look for upgrades, guys. We need resistance, to be honest. Okay, so imagine we're doing a solo dungeon, a solo themed dungeon, like we're doing here. Great Desert Tomb. All the monsters here are tiered up to our current tier. So notice this is a level 77 blue slime. When normally this is a tier 1 monster. And they won't go above level 25. So it does make these dungeons a bit trickier. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. So come prepared, bring potions. Bring large potions. Yeah. Do self-damage. Just gotta watch because we're paralyzed. There is a chance that we will not actually kill ourselves here. So just gotta be careful. This game, Aethric, does have at least one of every themed dungeon that you would also find in Orna. Unlocked at different tiers and scattered around in different locations. For example, we've already unlocked 2 Mystic Cave type themed dungeons. This has been the second one. There is one back in Lythran Woods. Shaded Cave. Actually, very nice, cheeky dungeon. Hidden among the trees in northeast Lythran. But there we go. Dungeon complete. Look at the Orn, by the way. You do get an Orn bonus for these themed dungeons. You see the yellow text. This dungeon offers increased Orns upon completion. And that, my friends, is another quest complete. And guess what that means? We need to go back to speak to Seeker Mara. Right. What am I doing? Am I going back to speak to her? I'm going back to speak to her. Why not? Kill this mother. Boom. Alright, kill these Dragas for this quest. Right, whatever. Check the daily quest, because we've upgraded. We've gone up tiers. See, we already killed a Raven, but unfortunately we didn't accept the quest, the daily quest. Unfortunately. If you log out and log back in, they do automatically accept. If you go up into a new tier during your play session. Otherwise, you do need to manually do it. Okay, I'm gonna go speak to Mara. Okay, back in the resting place. I stopped off en route at my origin town to put 5 items in the blacksmith for the finest hammer side quest. Okay, 4th tier, unlock a specialization. Okay, so for this quest, I'm actually going to wait until I reach tier 5. Because I'm going to choose, I want a tier 5 specialization. And your first specialization that you choose is free, right? So we haven't talked about specs at all. Notice here, you can actually, there's no Orn cost. Normally, once you select your first free specialization, anytime after that you want to change your spec, you will need to pay an Orn cost. And the tier 5 specs cost 25,000 Orns. So now less than before, because Orns are easier to come by with memory hunts and such. I still like to save for the first spec being a tier 5 spec, which is level 100. So that means really on the story front, we're kind of in limbo. I've got 5 items upgrading for the side quest. That is gonna, once you complete that, I will then have Pythia's quest available to do, which is basically another memory hunt. So for the moment, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make as much use as my boosters as possible. Got a Shrine of Luck. Got an Experience Potion up. And I had a Shrine of Wisdom, which is actually ran out, unfortunately. But what we're going to do is head to Lythran Woods and try and upgrade our weapons by killing bosses here. So, Lord of Wolves and a Pharaoh is what we're after. That Demon Eye is a problem, actually. The Fallen Archmage Staff, actually. Fallen Archie Staff, 75 magic. That is the same as well, the Ankh actually gives 74 magic. And the Staff of Wolves gives 68 magic. So we're actually pretty good there. Fallen Archmage is unfortunately quite kind of a rare mob. So not going to be very easy to take down. So, okay, let's go kill this Lizard Lord for a start. Boss is there, I want to kill it. Take this zoo down en route, so that's another quest completed. Love quests in this game. Tier 3 boss. Couple of hits. Lizard Lord used to be in the old quest line. Not anymore. And there's a Demon Eye that spawned up there. So I'm going to go kill that in the hopes that we get a Gauntlet key out of it. And what I'm actually going to do... okay, I'm gonna get rid of Drain. I don't think it's very useful at the moment because we don't really do enough damage to regain lots of health. So I'm gonna put Sleep Dart in, and I'm gonna attempt to take down this Berserk boss. Okay, it's doing 186 damage to us. That's not too bad. Cataclysm does 580 damage. So yeah, we've leveled up a bit. We're dual wielding 2 very average weapons, but we've got enough damage. We've got enough magic to attack this Berserk tier 3 boss, which is really nice to see. We've got the magic boost up. We've lowered our opponent's resistance without will. which is actually quite a big thing for Berserk bosses. Remember, their stats are higher. And boom, that is the reward. 2 Gauntlet Keys. 2 Gauntlet Keys. And 3,000 Orns, by the way. And a couple of levels. So a normal Demon Knight fight is not... I made it look easy, of course. Leveling up, magic boost, outwill. But yeah, normally it's a 3-hit wonder there. There's the Gauntlet Key. So the Demon Knight. Farming Lithran Wood for the Demon Knight. Gonna get us Gauntlet Keys. And here is the Shaded Cave, by the way. Nice little hideout. Notice the options here, Horde mode and Hard mode. So, themed dungeons, you can do Horde mode, which basically simulates entering these dungeons as a party. I'm not in a party at the moment. And as you might expect, basically more monsters come every floor. And we're not really geared up enough to be able to handle that at this stage. Hard mode disables the use of items. Basically means you can't use potions, but improves rewards. How does it improve rewards? It doubles the rewards given by monsters and bosses, so like the monsters you kill. Also improves the rewards you gain at the end of the dungeon. So the completion rewards for completing the dungeon, you get more items, you get more gold, you get more Orns for completing the dungeon. And it also makes any quest items that drop from completing the dungeon a minimum of superior quality. So I did mention way back at the start of the video that any quest that you complete, you can get duplicates off by completing dungeons. There is a small chance, depending on the rarity of the quest item, there's a small chance for it to drop on completing a dungeon. And hard mode means that the item will be at least superior quality. So it's a very good way to try and get higher quality quest gear, which, as we said before, a lot of the later story quest items are super good, and you will want to try and get quality versions of them. So that's like a long-term play, if you like. And I mean very long-term, by the way. I should not have had Auto Dismantle on there because that was an upgrade. That Fallen Archistaff was an upgrade. Should have swapped that out for our currently equipped Staff of Wolves. Not to worry. Let's focus on completing the dungeon. This is a Fallen Mage, so it's not a Fallen Archmage. Make sure our HP is stable. Don't want to get to 8 or floor 8, 9, or 10 and lose the dungeon on low health. Okay, the flames are all weak to earth. They get taken down nice and easily. Paralyzed and rots, very annoying. But there it is. We got a questing license there. Don't know if you noticed it, but yeah, questing license is an item that we got from one of the earlier quests, and we've actually got 3 already, coming from dungeon rewards as well. So haven't used them. Didn't really think about it. Okay, so the point of this video was to level up to 100. And the way I'm going to do that is level 95 now. Let's kill this tier 3 boss. But I'm going to go and farm tier 4 bosses now, as well as I can. Oh, there's a Lost Pharaoh. So if we just entered tier 3, the Lost Pharaoh is the guide to go for an upgrade. Like the Ankh gives us 74 magic, but you want to put it in your offhand because of preferred weapon bonus. Let's just go in and kill this real quick. Fuck, I left Okay, it was a poor rank anyway. Okay, never mind. I haven't talked about preferred weapons at all yet. But you see the preferred weapons here in the class. Staffs and swords. You get a 5% damage bonus if you are wearing a preferred weapon in your main hand, which is the left side. I'm actually going to swap my weapons around because that is an archy staff, which is actually a different type of weapon. And now, you see this wasn't here before. Weapon proficiency wasn't there before. I just got a 5% stat boost just by swapping my weapons around. Hello. Yo, Dallin, right, here we go. Remember those large elixirs? Gonna hand this in to Dallin. And that is actually the first piece of gear which increases magic. And I like it. I'm all about the magic. I'm all about the offensive stats. Gotta kill 5 vampires for the next quest. Another berserk. Demon Knight, wow. Okay. I might have to go down there, actually. Right, we're gonna do the same as before. Magic boost. Outwill. And pile in on this Demon Knight. Just watch your health here. That's a great hit. Okay, I'm going to save my great elixirs for now. Large health potion, yeah. You want to keep stocked up on large health potions because at this point in the game, that's going to be your biggest kind of healing. I didn't use my tactic, which was put the enemy to sleep and then use your potions, but never mind. We got another 2 gauntlet keys. We've got to level up. That's what we're here for. Lost Pharaoh. Okay, the Ankh actually need it for a quest later on. But basically what I was going to say was, yeah, with the preferred weapons, if you do get the Ankh as an upgrade, make sure you put it in your offhand, because it's a... I can't remember what class of weapon it is, but basically you're not going to have weapon proficiency with it. I think. Check it. Make sure you check it. Alright, we're going to farm tier 4 bosses to end out this video and reach level 100, which is tier 5. A few quest mobs along the way. Always doing the quests. I love this new water artwork as a background. Really nice vibe. Where is the tier 4 boss spawn? There it is. A bit slow on that. There used to be 2 bosses here in this area, but I think they've changed it to just 1 boss, which is a bit of a shame. Two Cataclysms is 97. Okay, let's go for the gargoyle. Let's go for the gargoyle. You see, it's 3100 HP, so I think it's the highest HP at this tier. Until you can at least get Fomorian Lords. And yeah, you see the damage is a bit higher than your large health potions. Alright, fuck it. We got it. There's a gauntlet key. Some people say he likes to take risks. Look at all these ravens, by the way. Jesus. Kill all these ravens. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Boom. 20% of that quest done in about 30 seconds. There's 5. There's 6. And we got a troll to take down. Trying to get our second troll's charm. Oofed. So note that ward kind of resets in every battle. So that's why it's really great to have it activated at the start of every battle. It's basically extra free HP at the start of every battle. And you don't need to worry about healing it every time. Okay, unfortunately our boosters just ran out, so put all of this back. Gonna use that experience potion. Gonna farm bosses down Odin's Finger. Try and get to level 100. Yeah, still be a couple more levels for the end of this video. The one goes down. Oh, gargoyle again, really. I'm actually out of small health potions, so yeah, I need to go to a town. I need to go to Avalon. So that gargoyle's going to wait. And we're going to actually... We're rocking over 5 million gold, so we're going to buy like 5,000 small mana potions. Small health potions. And mana potions as well. We're a mage. We need mana. Now the maximum amount of potions you can buy at once is 1,000. Just type that in. Do it 5 times. And that is going to be you stocked for a nice little farming session. When you've got 5,000 items, you can't buy more of it. You have enough of this item. Get some mana potions. That's how we're going to be healing out of battle. And now we're set up nicely to attack tier 4 bosses. Level 99. Just took down an undead golem. There is a Camazotz there, but it's actually resistant to earth damage. And doesn't drop anything useful for a mage either. So I'm going to ignore that for the moment. Hope for a Mimic King to spawn here. Of course, fucking Camazotz, right? Okay. Just to prove to you, yeah, that red damage means it's resistant to that element. And our damage instead is really lower, actually. Unfortunately, so this is going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out fight, I think. I'm going to have to heal up, use magic boost. But, of course, I didn't buy any large health potions, because why would I? I'm going to try and reset my party, see if this works, actually. So, I'm not sure if they've patched this out, or what the deal is. Basically, starting a new party should reset the monsters around. And there you go, it is still working. So that's a nice trick if there are, for example, berserk bosses in the zone you're farming and you just can't kill them. This is a good way to reset them. And if you've watched my World First Tier 10 video, you'll know I kind of make a point about the tactic I was using up in the Lioness Strip, where there's 3 bosses in a zone. Up here in this section here, it's quite a long section. But for example, if you killed like 2 bosses here and there's nothing spawning, you can guess that the bosses are going to be there. Actually, quicker to reset the party and spawn new bosses in, and hope the bosses are closer to you. Much quicker to do that than to walk over there to the other side and kill the bosses here. But the way we're going now, with an experience potion, we're actually getting a level like every 3 or 4 boss kills at tier 4, which is absolutely awesome. I don't think we're gonna kill that in one hit, so I'm gonna use a greater elixir here. Try a sleep dart. Okay, we can take him down. And there it is, level 100. We've learned magic strikes. We've unlocked the tier 5 area of the map, which is West Sudun, the Sudun Dunes, and Meropis. So, there's the Mimic King right there. Jesus, right. He had to come right when we were ending the video. But check the rewards out here. 8,800 orns. And what you're going to want to do is try and farm a Mimic King until you get a Mimic King head, because that increases the amount of orns you get per kill. So that is kind of the next upgrade we're going to get. Kill a Troll Charm because I want a quality Troll Charm. Sorry, we're not killing the Troll Charm, we're killing the Troll. Been a long day. No quality drop. Okay, so let's finish off the video by first selecting our spec. Now, a couple of options here for you. Berserker, much the same way as the melee. The Berserk 1 skill increases your damage by 50%. So it's very, very good for dungeons. And that is honestly the only skill I really recommend using. Berserk 2, it increases all your stats, but only by 25%. And the dot is much higher than the Berserk 1 dot. Berserk 1 dot is 5%. Berserk 2 dot is 10%. So it does add up quite quickly with the Berserk 2 dot. Scholar actually gives you access to AoE skills at level 110. These are all AoE skills. These skills here deal extra damage to those weak to that element. You get a bit of extra mana. Staff preference. I'm a bit weak on it. Stargazer. I really don't think these are worth 335 power. I don't really think these are worth it. Same amount of damage as like the Tremor 2 skills. So actually what I recommend, what I like, when it lets me change spec, is Duelist. I'm going to go Duelist. Cleric ain't bad either, by the way. You get like that's a nice healing skill. I'm going to go Duelist because of this ability here. Very skilled without shield, deal extra damage while dual wielding weapons. So lose a tiny bit of stats, gained a bit of dexterity. But essentially we get a 15% bonus to our offensive stats while dual wielding. So that's very good for skills, for our unstable skills such as Cataclysm, Inferno, Fulmination, and Glacier, because those are low penetrating skills. And I want to add in Magic Strikes to my rotation. There we go. Okay, what else do I need to do? 4th tier, boom. So that's that story quest done. So now I need to go back to Lowton. Speak to Squire Samson. And work towards acquiring our tier 5 class, which is going to be Druid. And for Druid we need 250,000 orns, which we're not far away from. We're only 32,000 orns away, so that's like 4 Mimic Kings with the Shrine of Luck. That's only 4 Mimic Kings away, so it's very much within our reach. I'm going to go speak to Samson, start off the next part of this story quest line. Where is he? Build more stuff in the Origin Town. Okay, build a trading post. That's a cool thing to do. Hand in some more quests at the Town Hall. So these, every 2 days you can get fresh quests at the Town Hall. And remember the Mithril helmets that we bought earlier on? Gonna dismantle all of these. And get enough to hand in a quest. So, working towards Quest Seeker. That's another 50,000 orns. I think 38 quests in like 3 hours playtime is not too bad. Where are we at? 3 hours? Yeah, bang on 3 hours playtime. I think this is actually an hour quicker than my melee video, level 1 to 100. Now, granted, I did find a Shrine of Wisdom, so that did quicken our leveling through tier 3. But I was still spending time traveling, doing quests, that kind of thing. Gonna go and suggest like the next steps. So as I said, our next class is going to be Druid. Tier 5 classic mage class, one of the most important classes in the game. We get access to Sorrow, which is like a charge skill. We get Mimic's Mischief, which gives us double magic up. We get Golem's Fortitude, which is an amazing skill for mages. That's going to give double up to both our resistance and defense. So this is going to make dungeons much, much easier. And okay, we also get Summon Animal, which is a nice little summoning skill. But and Sorrow 2 is a nice nuking skill as well at the end. So Druid is a very, very nice class. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of simulate what I'm going to do when logging off. And that is putting all your gear in the blacksmith to level up overnight. Because getting gear to at least level 2, as it gives you a very nice boost. So I have enough will spell. I'm going to put it in. Stick the rune helmet in. Talon's robe. Yeah, an extra 3 magic. Yes, please. Warlock boots. Very nice. And our Fallen Archy staff. Unfortunately, I haven't found any whetstones from shops, by the way. That is one thing I was going to mention. Like, in other playthroughs, you can get lucky and find whetstones in shops. And that's going to allow you to kind of upgrade everything, like new weapons immediately to level 2, and then if you've got a fine whetstone to level 3, which is what you want to do for sure, because that actually allows. Then when you go to put your gear in the blacksmith overnight, that allows you to upgrade your weapon to level 4 rather than from level 1 to 2. Anyway, is what it is. We didn't find any whetstones. I can actually spend some gold to upgrade my shop now, which I'm going to do. Every time you upgrade, it restocks the shop, so make sure you check the shop. And I guess it's going to be at this point where we actually find a whetstone, most likely. Just after we put everything in the blacksmith. That would be rather unfortunate. Dowsing rods, make sure you buy all dowsing rods you see. And there's some small empty bottles, so that's what we want for making beast blood. Buy arena tokens, buy materials. Silver, we need that for Dalan's Hood, the next quest. I actually might go and do that right now. Because I think Dalan's Hood gives you magic damage as well. So, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Elven Staff. Elven Staff, 105 magic, guys. Yes, please. That is an upgrade. That is actually quite a large upgrade. Can't believe we only find whetstone. 9 fine whetstones. Oh, there's the one whetstone. Yes. Amazing. 9 whetstones and 9 fine whetstones. That is crazy. So, Elven Staff. Use whetstone. Elven Staff. Look at that. 127 magic. Use another whetstone. And I actually don't have any L-stone to upgrade it. So I'm actually going to upgrade this Greater Wisp Staff. I'm not sure if at this point it's going to be an upgrade. in terms of magic stats. But let's go with Elven Staff. What's our stat? What's our magic stat? 287. And if we dual wield that Greater Wisp Staff, 338. That's the power of the duelist spec. I'm also going to go up, leave here, go to complete Dalin's quest. Ah, sorry, I'm wrong. I got mixed up. I needed silver for a different NPC. I still need to kill 5 vampires here. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video in leveling up from 1 to 100 for mages in Aethric. And if you've got any questions, please drop a comment. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I can. I'm looking to continue these leveling playthroughs into kind of tier 5, tier 6. Will take longer as the experience required for the next level increases. But as always, if you've got any questions, for moving on into tier 5, 6, up to tier 11, please drop a comment, let me know. As always, want to thank the Arisen Orna Legends for supporting myself on this channel via Patreon, via Twitch, and on Discord. Without the support of these guys in specifically, would not really be making content at the moment. So big thank you to you guys, and also thanks to you again for watching the channel. If you like the video, give us a like, shabash the like button, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.